I can't.
Welcome. We're back. How you guys doing?
Hi.
Welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where history meets the paranormal. And we have a great guest for you tonight. There's going to be a little technical issues a little bit with some of the stuff that might be going on. So we're going to go along with it tonight. Hello, Melissa. Okay.
Hello.
And I just want to say, everybody, how you doing? So I know I had a good weekend. Jenny?
Yes.
Yes.
You go first because yours was awesome.
So I had a good weekend. I was at the Ford Cryptics. Did I say it right, Jenny? Because you're always correcting me.
No,
say it.
You didn't. Cryptids with a D.
That's what I said. Cryptids.
Yeah.
Cryptics.
No.
Cryptics. The 4th annual Cryptics and Paranormal Fest. In what was it, Plainsboro, New Jersey, I believe it was, somewhere in there. And it was an awesome time. I had a great time. Met a lot of new people. Got to talk about my spirit art. Got to invite people on the show. And maybe we have some new guests on. That'd be awesome tonight. That we watching the show. But it was nice. I hung out with a bunch of my friends, Christy Cesare, and it was Gail and Kara from 9 Lives were there, and the Full Moon Girls were there, Lisa and Nicole. I mean, my friend Brooke from Brooke's Nook, she was there. It was an awesome time. So,
look at you name dropping.
I'm not dropping names. I'm just saying the people that I'm friendly with that I was there.
Hung out with. Teasing.
People I hung out. And even Sarah from Hush History. Yeah, she was there. She was right across from me. It was a good time. And also, the whole time I was there, people coming up to me and checking on me. Some individual that I don't know named Jenny Cucci sent people over to me the whole weekend to see if I was okay.
Well, I was worried about you.
I'm sitting there and he goes, Jenny told me you're going to be by yourself. You okay? Do you need anything? I'm like, everybody. It was like the whole place was coming up to me.
I'm sorry.
No,
Would you rather have a friend who cares about you?
No, I thought it was cool. I thought it was very cool that they.
Well, all I know is everybody was already like, I'm already going to do it.
By myself, and they came over to me, which I thought was awesome. I had a good time. A lot of laughs. I had a lot of laughs. Me and Chris, we had a great time. Roland was there. He actually, I had him work on my back. He's the healer. He worked on my back and pretty much worked pretty well because I was in a lot of pain that day. I had to get up at 3:00 in the morning, get my stuff together, leave to get there by 6, set up. It took me, and they had no air on, no hot air, and for anybody to set up. Yeah, and from 6 to 8 o'clock, this when the air came on. And then I walked out to my car and I had to throw the air conditioner on because I was so heated. And then 9 o'clock it opened up, 9 to 6. It was good. But they had a whole floor for us, just the paranormal people. They had a floor for all the cryptics.
Cryptids, yeah.
Cryptics, whatever how you would say it. I'm saying it the way I say it. And they had a floor for them, and then they had speakers and everything. What's her name? Weiss. I got to meet one of the. I haven't met her yet. I forgot her name. I was there with them. April was there. April Bichette. I got to see her. We were talking a little bit there, and
very nice.
It was good. It was a nice weekend. I got, like I said, I got to hang out with my friends, and I got to speak to a lot of people. A lot of people were interested in my drawings, which is awesome.
Of course they were. They always are.
And they always ask me, okay,
Can
how
I
much?
buy
How much? I had one guy he actually collects paranormal art, and he's asking how much. I said, I'm not selling anything, and he's like, why not? I could go use some. I like this one, I like that one. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Next
gonna have
time,
to get some
next time
kind
you
of.
ask
I
me
keep
and
on
you're not there, I'm
saying
going
I
to be
have.
like $500 for this one.
Yeah, imagine that. Like I'll sell it for like $10, and they'll sell on eBay for like $5,000.
I'll resell it. Yeah, exactly. You
You
got to
know,
sign it.
yeah, I sign everything anyway, so whatever.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm sorry I wasn't there with you. It sounds like you had a great time without me, but
yeah,
next year I'll be
it
there.
does happen. You know that
I know, I do know.
it does happen.
It makes me upset that I wasn't with you, but
Yeah,
it's
I
okay.
know.
It's
Everybody's
okay.
asking, "Where's Jenny? What time? When is Jenny coming? Is Jenny coming? Is Jenny coming?" I'm like, "No." I had to write a big note. Jenny's not coming, and hanging up with my pictures.
Oh, that's nice.
Everybody asks
No,
where.
there was a good reason that I missed it. It was my dad's 85th birthday party. Woohoo. So can't miss that. Those are special.
Yes, yeah, of course. 85th. That's a nice number too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we
We
told us
had a
about
nice
how
day
we did.
today, Anthony.
Hmm?
We were on a podcast today.
Yes. Oh,
From
yeah.
England.
Yeah. It was by London, isn't she by London? I think.
Yes, we were
Yeah.
guests today on a
It was
podcast.
it was history and hauntings.
Yep.
It's a podcast. It's actually a audio podcast. They actually played in England and London, that whole area there, and she's our friend, Betty Morgan. She's also an author, and she came. I met her 2 years ago. She came into the United States. She came like they said, she came over the pond, and we did a couple of investigations. We did Fort Mifflin and the Stanley Hotel, the Shanley Hotel. Sorry, Shanley Hotel, and we had a good time. It was a bunch of us, and we all had a great time. And ever since then, I've been friendly with her because um, she has the same humor as me. So,
Oh
it's
yeah, she does.
she has the same humor as I do. So that's why her and I get along. She was on that. What show was she on? My haunted house or something like that.
Help. Yes. Celebrity help. My house is haunted.
Yeah, yeah. That's in England. She's the historian for the show.
You
And
can
so
catch it here.
yeah, you can. You could catch it on YouTube and stuff. I think it's on some of the other Discovery Channel. I'm not sure. It's on a couple of channels. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we had a good time today too. We just saw we were supposed to be on from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We were on
Yeah.
from three
Right.
o'clock to 6 o'clock.
No. So if our voices go, that's why.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a good thing, and I'm not sure when it's going to air. She's going to let us know, and I will put it out there, and maybe we could get it on YouTube or something like that. I'm not sure how it works out there. Remember they're 5 hours ahead of us, so
yeah.
that's why we had to go on 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, I did enough talking. Do you think so?
I'm ready for our guest.
You ready for? I think our
Yeah.
guest is ready to come out.
Yeah.
She's in the background pulling her hair back and stuff like that. She's got all
She's like, let's
smiles.
go.
Her face
It's
is
a
like
little
right
bit.
in the camera. She's ready to go. Her face right in the camera. Her hair's pushed back and everything.
Oh
So
my gosh! Don't do that.
why?
This poor woman. This poor woman. So this is
You
kind of
probably
fun.
I'm sure you got to do this. But okay.
A
Go ahead,
little
Jenny.
background. We met her doing an event recently that we told you all about at the public house in Chester, New Jersey. We did an event for Walpurgis night. It's kind of a halfway. It's a witch's dance, but it's also halfway to Halloween, right?
Mhm.
So we
I
had
just put that on there, but she's going to explain that later on.
yeah. So Kimm, our co-host Kimm, Anthony and I were there for the event together.
Yeah.
The Seekers Chronicles team was there together, and we met some absolutely lovely ladies that night. And one of them we just had to have on the show because she's absolutely fascinating. I'm going to let her explain it all, but I will introduce her. So everybody, welcome Toni Rose Vitelli.
Hey, she is.
Hello,
There
everyone.
she is, our new friend.
I'm so happy
Hi.
to be here. I loved meeting you and Anthony and Jenny. Everyone's lovely in your organization, your group, this is exciting. So
Thank you.
ask me anything. Do you want me to tell my background at all?
Yeah, well, so
We'll definitely ask you a lot of questions.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm ready for it.
So, you can start with your background and how did you get started?
So I was always a sensitive, and I didn't understand, any of that when I was young. I'm very empathic. So I had night terrors. I slept walk and I slept talk since I could walk. And I thought I saw a being in my room when I was little. And then later in life, again, it happened, and I would feel things, I would hear things. I just didn't know what was happening. I was not like anyone else, in my family. So it culminated to when I was a young adult in a sleep state. I was told to take photos around my bed with the old flip phone I had. This is probably 2008. And the next day I checked my phone. I said, was that real? Did I actually have that? Orbs were everywhere, just completely surrounding my bed. There had to be about 8 of them. So after that, I started studying how to psychically protect myself, my car, my home, even my pet, because I wanted to get some rest, because I have a lot of activity. When I'm in a sleep state, I tend to travel easily and I do like spiritual battling and stuff. So I wanted to get a little rest. So that was why I was starting to take it more seriously and really started to work on traumas that were blocking my intuition. And it started getting clearer and clearer until one night my third eye was completely open.
Mm-hmm.
Was in a sleep state, and all these sacred symbols were being downloaded. It seemed like the speed of light, and I just had to wait for it to stop. So after that, it was really a lot more of these happenings to me, and then I started doing work in the field, but I'm just word of mouth. So I'm kind of letting myself be out there known tonight. So I cleanse entities out of dwellings. So I'm an ordained minister, and I am very clairaudient. I'm also clairsentient, claircognizant, and a little clairvoyant, mostly with the third eye or out of my peripheral. I've never used any equipment, but I am very open to it. I think that your equipment is very amazing. So I can coax entities to leave when they're earthbound, because I find that they stay when they have unfinished business or they're confused that they're dead. Most of them have never been anything demonic. They're just literally confused. And also, I can get into more of this as we go, but an entity, a spirit, can have a energetic cord still attached after death to a belonging, a car, a house. So mostly what I do is I can disconnect the cord and assure the person who passed on that everything's okay with their loved ones and their home, especially like in a realtor listing. That's what I have some examples tonight about that the house was not selling. I come in, communicate, and help them move on. And then the house sells within 2 to 5 weeks after I do that.
Whoa.
Jenny, I know you loaded down with questions tonight.
Yeah. I got the notebook tonight.
You got her notebook out, so
I'm taking it all in right now. How exactly did you get involved with real estate in particular? Like, not just like, do you work with realtors ask you to come, or do the homeowners ask you to come?
it's been a few realtors a few homeowners, but a few realtors. So one of my oldest friends is a realtor for over 20 years. So
Okay.
the first time I did this was about maybe 8 years ago. So she had a particular home, which I did send you the photo of that. That was the brown home.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can show it at this moment, but
I could show it any moment, but
Yeah,
I
you
want
can.
to. We got a 2-hour show. You're
Yeah, we
giving
got
all,
plenty of time. Tell the
you're
story
giving
and
all
then
your
we'll show
cards
it.
out now before
get
the show
into it.
even starts.
so good. So
He
yeah,
yells
so
at me all the time.
so the house, that particular house in New
I'll
Jersey.
show the house since you're talking about it.
You got it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So
That's a
that
beautiful home.
house,
That is a beautiful home.
I would have took it before time.
yes, it's very cool. It was on the market for 18 months, which is almost unheard of. And this was in New Jersey. So my friend was like, I need you. Her name's Meredith. She's like, I need you. So I said, okay. I said, tell me nothing. I purposely said that. I go in there and I just meditated and I connected with the house itself. And
Okay.
then through that meditation, the male spirit came through.
But before you say anything with what's coming through, because I seen somebody standing in the window already.
Which one?
I see
Well,
2 people.
First of all, is this a before picture or after picture for you, Tony?
This would be a before.
Because
Okay,
I see
so
him
it's
standing in the
So
window.
it's
on
possible
the
that
first
he
floor.
psychically is seeing people in these windows.
I also see a shadow on the second deck on the second floor.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This house has more than one here. I see a couple. I see 2 right off the bat.
Yeah.
I also see something on the side of the house, outside the house too, by the woods.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, wow. All right then.
So,
These
so
people.
there were multiple realtors that were having weird experiences, and they don't even understand fully paranormal anything, but they were hearing creaking and banging, and this was going on for quite some time. So all of them agreed there's something here, that this is really creepy for them. And I was called in, like I said, it was 18 months, just not selling. It was just sitting there. And I call it a man cave in the woods.
Okay.
That was the vibe, and that was the way it looked to me. So
I just seen 3.
What was that?
I just seen 3 of them.
Are they men that you're seeing or women?
I'm seeing all men.
Why are you so dark?
Who, me?
You are, Anthony. You're dark.
Yeah, well, I have my light on and moved, and it's going to take me a little time to fix it. So I'd rather shut it off because it's moving. It's right in my eyes. So I'm dark tonight.
Ooh. Okay, it's gonna be spooky, Anthony, tonight.
That's right. Yeah. So
Anthony is tuning in fast tonight, says Melissa. Okay, so the man you were saying, the man cave in the woods. I'm sorry, we interrupted you.
No worries. So I was meditating and I connected with the house. Then he came through and he told me his name. Okay. And then he was the owner. But not only was he the owner, he designed the house, he built the house, he lived in the house, and he died in the house.
Wow.
Okay.
He was very
That's a connection.
He was very specific. His name was John. And he said, I don't want just anybody coming in here messing up what I built, what I designed. Okay. He wanted it to be the way it was, which was a man cave. So I assured him that we, as the realtors, and I would help them to get somebody that appreciated his craftsmanship and would not be trying to change everything. So this went on, and I told Meredith, she was waiting in a different room, and I said what I just said to you now. And she looked at me and she said, how did you know I didn't tell you? I said, well, he told me. And I was right. What he told me was right. So I assured him, I coaxed him to kind of allow someone to come in, and the house sold 3 weeks later.
Yeah. I, I mean, that's pretty. That's a nice house, and I have a feeling the activity that you're going to get too from that house, it's not from the house; it's from the woods, from the area around it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I also feel there was something there, like like a village. I feel Indians.
It could have been native land.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think there might have been.
Yeah. But as far as the selling of the house, he was the main one that was blocking it because he had the
Hmm.
energetic cords still
Yes,
attached.
yes.
I do energy work. I'm a Reiki master. I do pranic healing. So I can
Hmm.
I cut energetic cords, but we can't cut cords of love. So
Hmm.
but he really was so, I mean, how many people can say they designed, built, lived
Yeah, I know. It's perfect.
the
Yeah.
same dwelling? So I really empathized with him and I really understood what he was upset about and concerned about. So I always say that I think the reason that it works when I connect with them is because I honor and really listen to what they're saying. They want to be heard, just like
Mhm.
anyone who's alive, right? So they want their story
Yes.
known. They want to just feel like somehow valued. And so I'm never cruel to them. I'm firm, but I'm not cruel. And I just say,
Mhm.
you know what? Whatever the situation is, I address it head on. And then I didn't tell him he had to leave. I said, if you're going to stay here, you need to be peaceful and not scare the new owner and allow them to settle in here and make it their home. So I left it up to him. Other times I tell them, you just can't stay here. You're scaring the people.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
do you sometimes say like you can trust the person who's selling this house?
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
that they're gonna. Okay.
But in this
Yeah.
case, it was empty because he
I
had passed
better.
away. Like he was the last owner. Yeah.
Okay. Interestingly, my house is over 100 years old and it was designed, built, and lived in and died in by the man who did that.
Wow.
And his daughter took it from there. And now she's like 97 years old, whatever it is. So we bought it from her. So it's only been the one family. And unfortunately, I've never heard from him because I think it would be kind of nice just once, to be like, let him tell
Yeah.
us that we did okay, kind of thing. But
Mhm.
interestingly, there was a bidding war on this house and we did write a letter to the family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did. We wrote a letter to the family and said, I was pregnant with my daughter. We were, we just got married. We were just like, we want to raise a family here and stay here. And we did stay
Nice.
here. So hopefully he
Mhm.
feels like we honored it.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And that made all the difference, I'm sure, to be so personable and to actually show them that you have like already feeling like an emotional connection to that house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love
Because
that.
I never thought about it. But then when I put it in, yeah, you must be a very empathetic person as well.
Mhm.
I am. It's funny. I actually cry sometimes when my clients' tears are stuck because I energy wants to move. It gets stagnant, and tears
True.
they help us to raise our vibration, move through trauma. They help to lower cortisol. Okay, so some of us had more traumas than others, and I cry for them when their tears are stuck because I can feel they need to cry. And I can connect to people's loved ones. That is actually so fulfilling and a very big honor because the love between souls, it never dies. So I do some mediumship and card readings. So I always feel grateful when I can help. There's four main reasons a spirit comes through a loved one. It's closure, assistance, to comfort, and to make amends.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because there's more wisdom. Like the ego, they had an ego in life, so there's still some of that, but it's not in control like it is the edging got out when we're on the earth plane. And they have
Right.
this wisdom that comes through, but yet their personality comes through. So then if they speak in like kind of one time it was a Spanglish and it was a word that I don't know. And I said, I feel
Mhm.
grandmother energy and as abuelita. And the woman was like, that means grandmother. I was like,
Grandma. Yeah.
that's
Oh, wow.
just the messenger. So it's basically that they show their personality. If they lived in a different time, they might speak very formal. If they were very funny, they'll show that. If they were firm but yet soft in the middle and loving inside, they'll show that too. So it's really cool. I love doing that, and I started to feel more comfortable doing it. It took a while to get to that place of saying, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And as long as I'm helping someone, I feel of service.
Yeah, yeah.
I can
And that's
imagine.
what we do it for also. I mean, I know when I first got into all this paranormal stuff, I didn't get answers for myself. But then once I started getting more into it, I noticed a lot of people out there that um, they don't understand it, and they need closure in certain things too, you know. So that's why, and it's the best feeling when you get closure to somebody. Like I know an 86-year-old woman. She was looking for her husband and stuff, and I got a bunch of stuff on audio, and she was like so. And at the end of the night, she was crying and says, "Thank you, thank you." Just, I mean, if it was him or not, but she felt it was and gave her closure, and she was so
That's all that
happy.
matters.
Yeah, and that's all it is, and it's the greatest feeling. She hugged me and everything. Oh, thank you, thank you. And I didn't feel like I did enough, but whatever I did made her happy.
It's a priceless feeling, and it's something I take so sacredly, and I think that it has so much value.
Mhm.
And I always put people and assure them not to be afraid that my home allows only benevolent beings.
Mhm.
Of, like, I call it the spirit team. I work with their higher self, their guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, loved ones, ancestors, all that. And a lot of times the person you don't expect to come through does. And that
Mhm.
is interesting because sometimes it's their ancestor, and then they'll say, "Oh, but I didn't meet them." I said, "Yeah, but they've taken a vested interest in you because you're part of their lineage. You're part of
Mhm.
their
Right.
line."
That's
Especially
right.
a woman comes through that didn't have the opportunities in an older time, but she had that gumption inside, and she loves to check on her loved ones and her
Mhm.
generational line, that's seeing how they're doing, being out there in the world, not just as mothers, which is a wonderful thing to be, but also other types of work.
Yeah. Also,
Right.
you remember we all got the same DNA from our ancestors, so we could have their personality traits as they had it, or maybe a look or whatever. But I feel that our ancestors, our people from the past, whatever, they could come to us because they could relate themselves more to us because we have the same traits. They we have the same expressions or whatever as they do.
Oh yeah.
They could relate to us as a living being, and they'll come to us because they felt that they should, or they're close to us for whatever reason.
it's,
And
it's the irony is that it's harder for me to connect to my loved ones. It's only
Right.
happened a handful of times, but it's
Mhm.
easier to connect to someone else. And for any of this psychic work I do, I have to, and mediumship, I have to put my ego all the way to the side, because
Mhm.
it's only about the highest good and holding that space. And
Mhm.
energetically, everything's connected. So some of us are here as cycle breakers for our whole lineage, right? So it's
Yeah.
just
Right.
fascinating to see, like you said, Anthony, like when you tell someone something and it just changes their whole
Mhm.
persona, their whole vibration,
Mhm.
and I get to see people in their most vulnerable state, and I make them feel safe, and that is very important to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why
Yeah.
a lot of us love private investigations for that reason. Like, that's why they're my favorite. First of all, it's a complete puzzle, right? Like, and you have enough distance. You make a great point with that because, they are so close to it and it's their home, right? Like, what could be more personal? And you have just enough distance to step back and take a look, at what's going on. And I always say this on our show, but it's never what they think. Never. Like, I always feel like whenever we get to the bottom of it, it's never, the creeper that's, they're scaring them to death in the middle of the night. It ends up being grandma. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's always the total opposite or something totally different.
Yeah.
Some guy who lived down the street who liked to come over, like whatever. It's just never like that. But there's no greater satisfaction than helping someone be comfortable in their own home.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So true.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. It's, I mean, doing private investigations, I used to love doing them. But sometimes you get to a point where it's too much.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah. But you give closure. It's when you go there, and it's funny that they're all scared. We got ghosts. We got ghosts, and it's like, you know, it's your grandmother. They're like,
Right.
it's grandma.
Right.
Leave her alone.
Yeah.
You know, that's, you know, you just, if they find out it's somebody that's related to them or somebody that they're close with, don't do nothing. Just leave them. And then usually once they understand that it's that person, things change also for them, and they'll understand, and then the fear is usually gone because they know it's like, oh, it might be grandma, it might be my uncle, it might be my cousin, it might be my brother or sister, whatever. You know, it's something that gives them, you know, joy that they're around still. You
Right.
know, that's
Yeah.
they're
And they
still
just
around them.
misinterpret.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're misinterpreting the activity. So
Mhm.
that we already have some questions in the chat, but real quick on this subject, has there ever been an unexpected answer come up like that? Like you're thinking, okay, I'm going to see who's in that house and who's attached to that house, and it turns out to be like nothing that you expected, just completely a surprise.
Well,
Maybe something in the woods, like you said, or something like that.
That house, that was the main spirit. The other ones felt like in the background. Like the one that was blocking the sale was the owner himself. So
makes sense.
In that one, but there was another scenario where I had no idea what I was walking into. So that was a condo, also New Jersey.
Okay.
A woman was very afraid. She was sleeping in her car in her driveway. She was very afraid. So she had a priest come. It didn't work. She had a Hindu priest come. It didn't work. She was referred to me by another realtor that I know, that I've done cleansings and blessings and protections for other listings for her. So I didn't know what I was in for. This is, again, a while ago, maybe 7 years. I go there and there's 3 entities. So nothing was demonic, but one was angry.
Yeah.
So that was the one that was in the crawl space attic with those pull down stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So that one was the most challenging because he wanted to tell his story. He wanted to be validated. He was carrying old karma after death for one of his, I think it was only one of his lifetimes, but it was the one that affected him the most. He was a sheriff in like the Wild West time, and somebody was hung that he prosecuted, or whatever you want to say, arrested, but it was false, and it was an innocent person that was hung, and he was really having a hard time even after death. So I coaxed him to come down and talk to me and communicate with me, and he did. And then once I assured him that he's not to blame, he didn't knowingly commit someone to death. So I said, look, it's up to you if you want to cross over. You know, go to the light, like Tangina says.
Go to the light.
Run to the light.
Carolyn, don't go to the light.
Carolyn.
So I love that character. I think she's amazing. So
yeah,
she's so great, right?
I watched that movie way before I ever did, any of this. But so I said, look, you don't have to cross over, but you can't live here because you're scaring the woman, and it's not cool. So I felt him leave, and then the second entity was hiding in her closet, and she had like the Veronica Lake, like hair over one eye.
Oh, beautiful.
Withdrawn, but she was hiding like herself, even in that state. So she was very abused in life. So she was very withdrawn, and I had to really coax her and listen to her and say, you're a good person, you didn't deserve that. that kind of thing. And again, I said, you can't stay here. It's up to you if you want to go and cross over. Because sometimes they just, like I said, they're earthbound. They don't know they're dead, or they have unfinished business. So I truly believe that when we can hear them or see them or whatever, honor them somehow, that helps them to have peace at that point. So the third entity, she left. I felt her go. The third one was the one that was transient, in and out, in and out. So it was coming back in the window, and I went, not today.
Yeah.
So again, firm but not cruel. So the woman was so grateful. She actually had one of those cameras where you can see the infrared.
Yeah.
And her brother got it for her, and I said to her, stop looking at it, because she was looking at it obsessively every day. And I said, you live in a complex, so you can have beings, spirits, entities kind of moving through, but those three were living there. I did not know that. So that's the answer to that question, that I didn't know what I was in for until I got there.
Yeah.
I have definitely found that I've told people, like, stop talking to this entity, like stop, because the more that you're engaging this entity, and then you're upset that this entity is engaging you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Stop doing it. You know,
especially if the person is
by doing that.
knowledgeable of like what their kind of Pandora's box kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Especially if you don't know what you're doing, right? Like, I mean, you know, not that any of us really know what we're doing.
No,
right?
we're all just
not an exact science.
No,
but you know, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Why do you think that this you know entity keeps doing things in your home? It's because you're like, hey, Mike, how are you? I'm home.
You're
like,
almost like egging it on,
you know?
like egging it on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Totally.
by doing that, you're giving them more power.
Right.
Exactly.
And you can just coexist. I mean, for all I know, I've never spoken to this man who built my house. Like, for all I know, he is hanging around. But you know what? I don't bother him. He doesn't bother me, kind of thing.
Right. That's right.
But you are absolutely correct that once you go down that rabbit hole, it's really hard to stop. Right. Like, then you've got the apps open 24/7. Like, it says basement. I have a basement. He must be in the basement. You know, and you can just make yourself go that. And I'm not making fun of anybody here, because it happened to me. It happened to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to get sucked in. You know?
Does. And I tell people, fear, it feeds anything that, if it is possibly of more of a malevolence or just even a little more negative, fear, they feel that. It feeds them. So I said, just, you know, you have to decide, do you want to cohabitate with them or do you want them out?
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I do. There was a question back here, and I know I'm going to skip it and forget it, but I believe it was Ron who asked. There we go. What is your most effective form of protection?
Oh, good question. Okay. So
we got some smart people out there.
I know. So I do, I call an archangel daily. Okay. And then, you know, whatever I'm a universal spiritualist, because like I said, I'm an ordained minister. So when I do cleansing, blessing, protection, I usually light a white candle, and then I love sage. You know, that always, and I have to get to every nook and cranny of a home. It could be a business, it could be a residential, it could be a realtor listing, but it also could be a burial plot or even a mausoleum, where I cleanse and get messages coming through if possible, because the energy signature remains in the bones and ashes of our ancestors. So, but yeah, I put like white light, gold light. I will do layers of, you know, you could do crystal, metal. So I learned that when I got my third level of Reiki. So sometimes I do 4 layers of protection, because I always joke, it gets too peoply out there.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
And
that's a funny way to say it.
Let alone the non-living.
Yeah, no, it is definitely. But also, I love that this people always ask me, what do you do, you know, to protect yourself? And I say nothing that day, nothing in particular, but I live my life a certain way. So it's not that I sage myself, but every day I try not to live with vulnerability, right? Like, I try to live my life purposefully.
Right.
You know, I try to eat well, that kind of thing. Like, it sounds stupid. Exercise, sleep,
no,
you know,
good.
and that's a way to protect yourself, you know, in general, in my opinion.
How I protect myself.
Look at you. You're fighting weight right there.
Come on.
Let's go.
No, I mean,
Yeah, the fear.
you can protect yourself.
Don't feed any beast or so to speak, with fear.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
but if you're a self-assured person, you got it.
Many times in the
It took a long time, Jenny. That took a very long time.
To protect myself when I, stage and all this other stuff. And
right.
I always get and the places I go sometimes are really active. And
oh yeah, I'm sure.
as much as so stuff that was still attached to me to come home with me and stuff like that. And I bring a bag of all my mother's saints and everything. And I can figure if they want to mess with me, that guy mess with my mother, my old Sicilian mother with her wooden spoon.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I know.
But I mean, there's always something that will follow me home eventually and stuff. And like Jenny knows, and everybody knows,
you give some potato chips.
I get to a point that they come in and it's like, come on, sit down, relax. I welcome them, and I always find out that they don't stay long.
No.
You show them fear, they're going to stay there because I think that the energy that's what they're looking for. If you don't show them anything, come and join me, and they don't stay because you're always going to have something follow you home eventually. I don't care how much you protect yourself.
They're not getting
fed. I don't care how much you protect yourself. Something will follow you somewhere along the line. And the reason they follow you is not to haunt you. They're attracted to you somehow. They might feel like you look like you might like one of their parents. They might feel that they have something similar with you, or maybe they like your personality, or they could be friends with you or something. So I feel that because of that, it's why they follow you, not to haunt you, not to torment you and stuff like that.
Right.
And I feel that's why they come back. Now, depending how you act to it and how they're going to react to your actions. If you're going to show them fear or something, that may say, I'm going to I'm going to try to get into their mind that way. But if you just welcome them,
it's true. It's very true.
I mean, have you had that? I've never had anything follow me home, but I also believe that it's not about that it's sage or that it's anything, that it's your belief in it.
It is. It is. I mean, I sleep with this all the time, the onyx. So, the black stones like jet or black tourmaline, the onyx, they're protection stones. So, and that, I call it Earth's jewelry, God's jewelry, what have you, or goddess. But I also do use special potion blends. I teach classes about holistic lifestyle potions. So it's called Chakra Shield. I call it an empath's best friend. So it has no synthetic fragrance, very super high vibration, contains an aura. And when I spritz that, it's going to help an angelic shield effect of cleansing my aura, but protecting. So I feel like I'm armored up, right? You could call it armor of God. You could call in blood of Jesus, whatever your path is, that you resonate with whatever deity and your will to say that I do not fear anything beyond, because we can't see always the other realms, but they're there. They're on the other side of the veil, because energy can't be destroyed. It can only change form, right? So when people, they leave their body, they went somewhere, because I have too many stories, too many experiences. I know that it's something, they went somewhere, their essence.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think it's great. So you have layers.
Oh, Charlie, Jenny, I just want to show you my new cup I bought the other day.
What does it say?
What's it look like? It looks like a lens of a camera.
Oh my gosh. This is the camera guy.
And
You gotta be kidding me. That's fantastic.
So cute. If my phone dies, it's getting low. So
okay. You can go plug it in.
Plug it in. We got another hour and a half.
We got another hour and a half. Let's go plug it in. Hour and 15 minutes.
We got a lot to talk about.
Go get a charger. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you would be shocked. Everybody says that, and then when 2 hours comes, they're like, "Really? That was fast."
Comes Wi-Fi.
We have
Okay, I guess we met you at the PH Steakhouse,
Right.
and it was the. Can you explain this to us?
Oh, the
Yeah, can you
Walpurgis?
talk,
Yeah.
can you talk about the group with well, I
Oh,
don't want to go by your
sure.
name. Sure.
Yeah, I'm in a witchy dance group, I call it. So we're um they call us the White Witches or White Healers of New Jersey. And Jane is our leader. I call her the fearless leader. So Walpurgis, it is a worldwide dance. So it's the same dance done all around the world, synchronized, always April 30th, which would be the halfway point to Halloween, which is also called Samhain. So that is a really cool event, Walpurgis, and we teach people the dance, and that's what we were doing. The night that you met me, we did the dance at the synchronized time. Then we did it again. We were going to teach you guys, but we ran out of time for that. So,
The dance.
honestly, the
Yeah.
reason we ran out of time is because we were all enjoying your paranormal investigating just so much. So
It
honestly,
was good.
that was my first time like with it, like the whole investigating thing, like with people with
That's the
equipment.
crew.
It was very, very cool. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, and that place is great to start because it's so active. I mean,
Oh
we've been
yeah.
there before.
Oh, there I am. Okay.
Look at you.
That's
I-
in
you
my
guys
I have
look-
like my green witch attire, and then I have my
I love
other
it.
witchy attire that's all in black. Now black, just an FYI, black, a lot of witches, of course I'm a good witch, and for many, many, many lifetimes. In this lifetime 30 years, but black protects the auric field. So that's why a lot of times you'll see that and
Yeah.
long hair holds energy, so a lot of witches
I was
tend to
just
have.
gonna say that. I'm in
I just want
trouble.
to say this is one of my favorite witches.
One of my
Very good.
all-time favorites. I call her the White Witch Queen.
Yeah.
Stevie.
Come on. Okay. When she came on American Horror Story, she was even more of a goddess than she already is.
Oh, I love Coven. That was wonderful that season. Yeah.
When they were talking about Stevie, I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
she
that
is
was
an icon. Absolutely.
Yes,
Amazing. Yeah, she's wonderful.
one of my favorite witches.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Her
really,
songwriting,
really.
her voice, the music. I mean, think about like all the times that she was singing right to like Lindsey Buckingham after like their breakup. It was just the intensity was amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Adam missed the word what you said. Black. When you wear black, what does it protect? Did you say
It
aura?
just protects our auric field.
Auric field, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm always in black, so I guess my field is always protected.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I have my black
And this is
tank
as long
on.
as my hair gets, so I guess I'm in trouble. But
Okay,
this is as
mine's
long,
long, but it's in the
as long as
back.
it ever gets.
Bald.
Usually it's half this long. No, but I have definitely heard that the power is in their hair. That's why they often have long hair.
Yeah. Because it acts like
Anyway.
an antenna, the hair. It can act as
Totally
an
get
antenna.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'll have to have something else.
Oh, you're fine.
what about-
Don't worry. It's like,
We'll
a
get
lot
you
of it is like
extensions.
for intuition. I help people develop, because sometimes people are afraid of what's inside them, but yet they're curious. And so I kind of help walk that line with them. And I say, okay, well, don't fear what's inside you, because you can deny it, but it's going to show itself in other ways. And it might, like any messages from our higher self or our spirit team or guides, it'll whisper at first. And then if we don't listen, it gets louder and louder and louder. And it just, like, I had this one time in the food store. This woman, I was getting a message from her mother that passed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman's going to think I'm crazy.
Oh my God.
So, of course, she ends up in line behind me. There's no coincidences. Nothing is arbitrary. So I say, hi, this is going to sound so strange, but your mother has a message for you. And she was wearing some kind of jacket with like angel wings in the back. And I tell her the message. She starts crying in the line. But I was so honored.
That's funny. And I agree that if somebody has a message for you, like Kim, who's typically here, you met Kim.
Yeah,
who's
I like
typically
Kim.
here with us. she says the same kind of thing. She's like, if you don't, it's like tapping you on the shoulder. And if you don't answer, they tap harder and harder and harder until you listen. Or they put it in your way. We were on a podcast today, and the woman interviewing us said that for whatever reason, everything was leading back to this one topic for her lately. Like anywhere she went, there would be this coincidence that it was related to this one topic. And she was like, I think it means I need to dive into that topic. And I said, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's no coincidence ever. Yeah.
The universe is like, yelling in your ear. But it's funny, we don't listen, do we? We just don't listen. That's just our nature.
I learned to listen. I used to swim like kind of against the current of life. I'm such a Pisces. And I finally realized I need to let myself be totally spirit-led and heart-centered.
Right.
And then life started flowing because I'm like, okay, every living being has a dharma, a purpose. So I had to just, I finally owned what my whole purpose is and why I'm here and the way that I can help even one person. I also am a teacher. It's so funny. I'm a tutor now, but I literally love kids, and I have worked with some young people, even vibrationally with energy work and stuff, but usually it's teenagers. So so I teach reading and writing and English.
That's cool.
I love that too. I don't want to give that up.
Yeah. That's amazing. And shout out to my fellow water sign.
Aw, yes, we're March 9th for me, and you?
Very nice. Mine is June 25th. I'm a Cancer.
Oh my gosh. I get along with the
Anthony.
I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo.
Yeah. Look out.
I get along with my sons. I have a lot of Leos in my life. So yeah,
me too.
I get it.
So together we make smoke. We make what?
What was
mist?
What was that?
Fire?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you make like steam or something. You got like 16 more days to
like a mist,
be a present, Anthony. So get on it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Do you know Roland Budahawk?
She froze up.
Is she still?
Before the show, we were having issues also. Yeah, she was freezing up. Don't
you think like she and Roland are like so?
I believe she does. If I looked at her friends list, I think she does know Roland.
Yeah. Anyway, she's frozen, so hopefully she'll come out and come back in. It's been that kind of a day. I was having issues getting on tonight too. So who else? Oh, Mary Beth, a water sign too.
Water signs.
Okay, cool. And it's funny because definitely. No, Scorpio's not a water. Oh, is it?
I think is Scorpio a water sign?
I don't know. I just know that I get along with Scorpios really well. That's my best match, Mary Beth.
Scorpios. My son's Scorpio, Dylan.
That's my absolute best match in the world is a Scorpio. And you know what my worst match is? A Libra. You know who's a Libra? My husband.
Libra. That's Jesse, my son.
Libra. Yeah, that's my word. I mean, actually, to be honest, it is true. We have to work a lot harder. But it is kind of true. And also, if you read the description of cancers, like it's me to a T. And you could say, oh, well, you could apply it to anybody. But honestly, no, it wouldn't suit you,
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. Everyone's telling me their sign. Oh, good. We got an earth sign here, I think. Taurus. Oh, Aquarius. Ron's like, I'm glad you didn't say Aquarius. Anyway, where's our guest? She's great. I want to hear more. I have like 100. I have like 100 things to ask her. I mean, can you imagine? Like her job, like being called in by a realtor? Like, I need you to come into this house. Is there a law in New York? I don't know. I think there was one in some states that you have to disclose if someone died in your house, first of all. And second of all, if it's haunted, like literally that you have to disclose that your house is haunted. Have you ever heard of that?
I know. I think New York is like that. Some states, or some states, you have to disclose how many people died in your house.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think
true. I think you do. I
Kim
think you do.
said in New Jersey you don't have to disclose it.
Really?
You
Like
know?
you could go like move into the Amityville horror house. Like
Yeah. Well, Amityville Horror. Hey, we'll go to hey, what's up?
I'm just
You know,
kidding. I'm just saying, like,
you
you
can't go
know,
there because it's haunted by a pig.
I honestly think that there are states, like you said, that where you have to disclose if someone died or if someone is haunted, if your house is
Yeah,
haunted.
I,
I don't know
or
how you qualify that.
leave by. That's why a lot of real estate people don't, say anything about any
That's
side
the
of
first thing I
haunting,
ask.
or even the people that sell it.
That's like the very first thing I ask. Like we're looking for something bigger, for my daughter,
Mhm.
and it's like, is it haunted? Is my first question, and they're like, what?
You know,
Then they don't know how to answer, right? Because it's like, do I say yes? Is that a good thing?
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of places. I know locations that I've done like businesses, and they don't want people. They don't want anything um, with the haunted saying that they're in their businesses because they're afraid of people staying overnight and stuff like that. You know,
Right, right, right.
Mm.
Um, we got
But
third power with us. Hi. Um, I'm just catching up on
I don't know what
comments
happened.
here. We got a conversation going here. We hit on something here. No, I wanted to ask her exactly that. You know,
I'm going to
I
text
wonder.
it.
Yeah, like I said, I know Roland works like individually. He worked with you, right, over the weekend.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that was interesting because after I was, I had to get up so early in the morning. I had to go set
Yeah,
up
I know.
everything and
I
everything. And
know.
I had double tables, so I had
Making me
a
feel
lot of
guilty.
stuff. So my legs, my knees, and my back were killing me. So he
I
was
feel
there,
so
and
bad.
I'm like, "Hey, Roland, you think you could work my back?" I said, "I never tried. I want to just check it out. Anything would be better than what I feel right now because my knee was all." And he sat there about 10 minutes, and he did his thing, and I was like, "Holy cow, this feels so good."
Yeah,
After I got done, it was like, "Wow, it was good." And it lasted for a little bit. Of course, some of the pain came back, but I mean, because I had to take a ride home. My goodness, driving home from that place.
yeah,
Jeez. It took
yeah.
me in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning to get there about an hour 20 minutes. Took me 3 hours to get home.
Of course.
Damn traffic.
I
But
know
yeah.
it's because of where you are in New York as well. Like if you were, in Manhattan, it would be different. You know,
Hmm.
you're just way out there. There's no easy way to get to Queens. No, I wanted to ask more about. I want to ask her
Remember, her
more.
phone was dying, so I hope she gets back in.
Right, right. So I wanted to ask her more about this dream traveling. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever done that? Any kind of astral travel or dream traveling?
Uh, I don't know if I actually did it, but I know I ended up all the places and stuff like that, and clues the next day. Here, I want to get this book.
Right. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the comments because people are saying that they have, and it's pretty cool. Pyramid. Um, and ships. Ooh,
Oh, I get the wrong
cool,
person. Oh
cool.
no,
No,
no.
that's cool. I think that's really interesting when people can astral travel or dream travel, you know?
Hmm.
And I also want to ask about past lives a bit. Like she was saying that she was saying that she was witchy in every life. So I think that's pretty common. I think for people who are of witchy nature, you know,
Hmm.
that they tend to feel as if they have always been.
This is something wrong here.
You okay?
Shit. Yeah. No. No. Yeah.
You getting me
Um.
an answer? No, Roland worked on me too at the Hollow event, and it was absolutely unbelievable. I felt like a different person. I feel like anyone who is skeptical, like I'm very science minded, and skeptical, but I feel like anybody who is, try Reiki, try that
Yeah,
type of.
it's very interesting with all that.
I mean, they offer it at my cancer center, and it's
Do they?
really, really to help like with pain and things. It really helps. Oh, now it's just me. Hi, everybody. Oh, now I can talk about Anthony. I don't know what's going on tonight. Anyhow, has anybody out there help me out in the comments since I'm alone? Okay, good. So who else has been here? Anthony's back. Thank you,
Yeah,
Adam,
you
for
know what
helping me
happened?
out.
We lost everything.
I've
Tonight's
been
a weird night. Everybody's going. We're having so much trouble tonight.
kind of, I love it. We need to call in help. So Adam says he's been kind of nervous. Here, what does it say? To find out, to see if you've ever had a past life. No, I get that. I get that. I really do. And I feel like I was always nervous to be hypnotized because I don't like to lose control.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even sleep well because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a light sleeper. Like I don't like that. But once I was like, ooh, this was good. And I also thought I'd be very not a good candidate for hypnosis. And my goodness, I was. I think you never know. Have you ever been hypnotized?
No, I wasn't.
Not on purpose. You're like, not on purpose. Sorry about my trains, as always.
Yeah. No, I had never been hypnotized, but I wouldn't mind. I would try it. I would try definitely be hypnotized and stuff like that. But we have issues in the audience right now.
That's okay.
Oh boy.
No, that's
we got to start picking up the show again. So she was telling us about. I'm going to bring some of the pictures.
Please.
Yeah. See, without her, the pictures are not going to be much to say.
That's okay. Let's show some, and we can always put them back out. Same with me, Adam. Same reason. I don't like to feel out of control like that.
Okay. This is some of the houses she cleared.
Yeah.
This house.
I mean, what do you guys
these
see?
are all in Jersey. Yeah. Look at these. These are some homes, and these homes didn't sell because there was activity going on there, and they were in the market for a while. And she came in and she cleared them, and they were pretty much sold right afterwards. And that's
can you imagine
that
that's? I mean, look at that house. I mean, that's clearly not. It didn't sell. It's not like it didn't sell because it's not beautiful. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I see something upstairs in the window, but I'm not sure if that's a shadow. So I'm not going to mention it.
Not again.
Yeah. And this one, look at this one. Look at this.
Wow.
These are homes that she had to clear out.
Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to clear that house out and move into it.
Yeah. And look at that. I would move in with all the ghosts. That's a beautiful home. I mean, people, they hear ghosts and everything like that, and they get panicky because a lot of times people see what they see on the movies. You watch Poltergeist, so you're gonna be afraid of your home. You're not gonna buy a haunted house because of it. Which,
right.
You're
gonna have in the swimming pool with bodies coming up.
Where people come in the swimming pool,
Tony.
coming through windows and your dolls and everything. Who did you go for the hypnotist? I never got hypnotized. I would like to.
No, it was me. I think that was for me because I was. So I was at an event with Brandy Wells, who is a psychic medium who is up in New Hampshire. It was at an event in Rhode Island, and I was absolutely certain that it wouldn't happen. I mean, I was positive that I could not be hypnotized. And I was with my very best friend. That might have made me feel better. And, I was like, all right, let me close my eyes. Let's see what happens. And the next thing I know, I open my eyes and I say, I am so embarrassed. I can't believe I fell asleep. And my best friend said, you never fell asleep. And I was out for like 20 minutes, half hour. I don't
That's
remember
good.
any of it.
Did Did you record any of it?
No. But Stacy was there watching it.
Okay.
So she was kind of guiding me through it. And like I said, I was so mortified because I thought there's no way I didn't just fall asleep and wake up. And she said, you are not asleep. You are not asleep at all. Like, I was like,
Really?
wow.
I would
I
have
don't
loved
remember
to
any of
videotape that.
It was
Like I said, if I
20
did, I would.
There she is. She's back. She's back.
Maybe back.
Can you add her in?
Yeah.
Got her.
But
Hello there.
I'm
she
so
is.
sorry.
We're
Technology and I
talking
have
about-
a very interesting relationship.
It's all
I'm more
good.
I'm more comfortable in the other realms sometimes than this earth plane.
Yeah, I know.
That tends to happen. We were really off on a tangent talking about hypnosis here.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah, we were talking about hypnosis and we were talking about astral travel and past
Oh yeah, I
lives.
do a lot of that.
So you said that you felt that you were of the witchy persuasion in many lives, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk past lives then, because people are into it.
Okay.
How do you know? Were you regressed ever?
I did it once. I did a
Okay.
regression once, a formal one. I did other ones through shamanic journeying with a friend a couple times, but this one was a particular woman who did that, and I saw some of the lives. She saw some of my lives. I had a lot of soul memories, like deja vu or,
Yes.
remembering, having flashes, meeting someone who is familiar, that our souls have crossed paths in other lives. So there's always signs. So I found out that my last life, which is funny that I love everything old, like old furniture, old houses. I've always, even as a younger person, I was always drawn to that. So my last life was in the 30s. So
Okay.
1930s. And I had a very challenging life, similar to the challenges I had in this life. But in that life, I didn't have the gumption. And I actually hung myself, and I was pretty young. I
Wow.
was probably like 13 or 12. So I have so much gumption, and no matter what I've dealt with in this life, and it's crazy that in that life I just gave up like that. It's so contrary to the person that I am in this incarnation.
Right. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, but different times too, don't you think affect it?
Oh yeah.
It's not just you. Well, maybe it's mostly you, right?
Yeah.
But certainly things were different in the 30s.
Oh,
Yeah,
certainly.
you had
certainly.
depressions and all kinds of stuff. They had the depression and a lot
For
of people
sure.
lost everything. And
Right.
maybe you were one of those people that, at that time that lost everything that,
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
I
or-
remember. The flashes of memory were that my parents were very much fighting, which financial strain, will do that. And
Sure.
I just was a sensitive as well in that life. I was
Okay.
a female in that life. I wasn't always female though. And I just couldn't hack it. I just decided I was going to leave the planet.
I mean, there's also trauma, right? Like you were talking about.
Yeah.
That you carry or you get rid of.
Yeah, well, karma and residual things can carry over.
Mhm.
They
Right.
say the first 7 lifetimes, which I've had many, many, many more than that, were like basic lessons. So I didn't have addiction, for example, in this life, because I know that I already had it, but I had other issues in this life. So I just started learning to accept, and that each soul has a separate path and soul contract and lessons and blessings. And I just stopped playing victim or any kind of blame. I just live with radical accountability. I did do a lot of therapy in this life, but I totally believe in parallel lives as well, because the dimensions are
I
like
believe in that.
next to each other, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. See, now that's interesting to me because I also feel that that's often the source of hauntings. Like you know, I don't like, as somebody who believes like in the laws of physics, it's hard for me to imagine going backwards because that's not how physics works in time, right?
Right.
But I can see next to each other, but not backwards.
But I was, see, even as a little girl, I loved anything about time travel. Okay, and I still do. So I think that was part of like a soul kind of knowledge, because we can bring forth skills and gifts. Like that's how I felt even about the energy work and the witchcraft. I was like, no, this is not my first rodeo, you know. And time is really not it's like linear, we think, in the earth plane, but it's really past, present, future is simultaneous if you go beyond this earth plane. So
Right.
it's very interesting, you know, and the things that I believe, it's only because my soul feels it's true. It doesn't mean I can't change my mind. I live a life trying to be a critical thinker. I'm not trying. I am a critical thinker. I question things, but I can change my mind when presented with new information. And I really wish more people could have just some civil discourse. We don't have to agree. Everyone's experience is different, you know. So even with the work I do, like you were saying before, not everybody is even ready for the kind of work that I do. And I tell them
Sure.
it's accountability over here. If I give you, like, if you really want to help yourself, you're going to show up for yourself more than anyone else. And our trust will deepen as we get to know each other, and the work will deepen. But people can only go as deep as they dare, you know. So I do a lot of spiritual counsel stuff, and a lot of it's virtual, but people have to let me in, because I remember when I was in therapy, it took a while to peel back my warrior layers of protection.
Sure. That's how we survive.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But the
Yeah.
soul, I always tell people, I'm like, if you can connect even for moments to your higher self, then you can go beyond that ego mind that wants to keep us small and safe. And then you can really start trusting that there is a reason for things, even, and like redirection is protection. Like we don't even realize, like we could leave the house 5 minutes later than we planned to because we avoided an accident. That's a whole other thing. I believe that when it's our time, when it's not our time, rather, miracles happen all the time. But when it is our time, it's a matter of time. So
I see.
yeah, not that I'm flippant. It's just that because I don't fear death, because I know there's something else. I believe it. I feel it. I've connected enough. So people, but a lot of people fear death. So I try to help them if they cross my path. I try to help them to understand, you know, just live every day as if it's your last, because nobody really knows.
No,
Yeah, no.
that's true.
See, with past lives, I have a feeling that I go back to like the Templars and stuff like that. 'Cause I was always interested in
I have that too. Oh yeah.
back to the Templars, or you know, because I have a strong feel. I love knives, swords.
Me
like
too.
all that
Anything
stuff,
fantasy, medieval. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
all that
Okay.
stuff.
yeah.
You know, I collect knives and everything.
Mhm.
And also, I have a feeling that I might have been Native American.
I
You
was
know,
more than once.
because
Yep.
I felt that because I mean I was at a party the one time, and it was a psychic. It was a bunch of the people doing it was psychics, and they had a bunch of psychic friends there. So I went there. Me, my wife, my brother, his wife, and so we went outside to get a couple beers, and we're coming back in, and this woman stops me, and she goes, "You know, you were in a past life. You were a Native American. You were a warrior that was killed on one of your first battles." And
That's specific.
yeah, and she goes, "And you were
Jeez.
killed right here," and she pointed to my chest. Okay, and I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." And I just got the tattoo with the Indian on it and everything, and but she didn't see that because my sleeve was over it.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm into all that stuff, but I didn't say nothing to her because when they psychics talk to me and stuff like that, I don't. I play poker face because
Right.
I want them reading me because I know there's too many out there
No,
that
it's
are
good.
not the real thing. But when she pointed to my chest and she said, "You got killed right here," the place she pointed, I have a birthmark there, a dark birthmark, and they say that
I
in the
was just
past,
gonna say
you were
this,
killed in
Anthony.
the past, and you were injured, you
Yes.
like something like that, you would have like I was killed. To point, I was right there. So I don't know if I was shot with a bullet, whatever, but I got a birthmark like that. And they like to say, if you come from a past life to this life,
Oh
and
yeah.
you have some kind of injury or something, you might have a birthmark where that injury was. So that's what really like, wow, maybe she's right,
Yeah.
But
I love
then
that
she
you
turns
brought
to my
that up.
then she turns to my brother, and this is where it gets funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. Um, for me, I thought it was because it's my little brother. He
Yeah.
turns to him, he goes, "You were an abused woman in a past life."
You were.
No, my brother.
His brother.
Oh,
Because you were an abused woman in another life, and uh, and you end up dying from some injuries or something like that.
oh
But
my
you were an
God.
abused woman. But being an older brother, and I'm an Indian warrior, and you're an abused woman from another life. We still tease them about it. You're an abused woman. You know, my younger brother. So
But
yeah,
that's why it's so fascinating
That's
because we have soul kin. So
Mhm.
soul kin, like say in this life you have a daughter, but in another life she could have been your brother, your mother, your
Mhm.
father. But it's still a resonance. And I love that you brought up the thing about birthmarks because I was literally just going to say that when you were
Mhm.
done
oh
with the
yeah.
story that
I've heard of that.
I have that a weird ring around my neck, and I know it's because in that life, that last life, when I hung
Hanged.
myself.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and I also had a lot of stuff with the throat chakra in this life, and like it's closed up. I had to work on my opening my throat chakra, finding my voice later in life. I also had a soul memory with the help of that woman years ago that I was mugged in Europe as a male, and my throat was slit.
Oh
Oh
wow.
God.
So that was another throat thing. So I said, "Whoa!" Well, that's two lives that right
That's
there.
rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the warrior thing rings true for you, and I have that. The native warrior thing. I have Egypt. I have India. Because
Mhm.
basically, just if you feel a resonance, like a special pull towards a
Yes.
culture, a
Mhm.
country.
A
For
time
me,
period.
Scotland is a big one for me. Like major, like time of
Really.
the
Ireland was always
Highlanders.
a big one for me. Ireland, you know,
Really.
Oh, nice.
Ireland was always wanted to see Ireland for whatever reason, and I always got drawn to that too. But then it could be part of the Templar thing. It could be a part of almost anything.
That's
That's
true.
right.
You know? And
It
like I
could be
said,
like Charlemagne. It doesn't have to be like a certain
mhm,
country
because
now,
the
you
the
know?
wolf, the wolf, I would say is my because
Oh, that's a
I
spirit
like
animal.
wolves. That's my
That's
spirit
my
animal.
favorite spirit
You know?
animal, Anthony. And
The
And
I
wolf,
know
the
I was
really?
a
wolf.
wolf. I know I
Mhm.
was, and I actually wolves made for life, so they're very loyal, and I'm so loyal. So that makes sense that that's one of your
Yeah.
spirit animals, and also
And they're also pack animals. They like
yes,
not just mating for life. They're family. They're very family and they're very
they
close.
are.
And that's how I
Really?
am with my family. You can
Oh
actually
yeah.
I'm very
Right.
very close with
I
my
can see
family
that.
too.
I can
So
see
Yeah,
that.
I always felt that the wolf is, even though I am a Leo, lion,
the
and
lion. Yeah.
and the year I was born is the year of the tiger.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So I got
I
all
Very
mean, you're
the
cool.
lucky. That definitely checks out because
what happened?
Yeah.
I
You're,
got a
you're
lot
the
of
monkey.
energy. Um, I'm the monkey.
I'm
Kim
the
would
I'm
be
the
so.
rooster. The year of the
Oh my
rooster.
God, I
Yeah.
love that. Kim would be so into this conversation. You have no idea. I'm like really missing her right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Aw,
yeah, no, she would be so all over this. I'm telling you. We had a
that's
guest once who
awesome.
actually could see aura colors. That was
Hmm.
Oh
really
yeah,
interesting.
that's
Has
cool.
that
Yeah.
has anyone have you met anyone who's done that? Like that's pretty interesting.
I had somebody once that came to me for services, but she could see auras, and she said, "You have a very rare aura. because your ego is not in charge. And there
Right.
was like brown in it, like very like down to earth. And then there was like violet, but it was very cool because I never like I could always try to develop that. It's I love to learn new things. I'm always like learning,
Yeah.
teaching.
That's
But
good.
yeah, I think I love it because the aura, I can feel auras because I feel energy. But one time I'm at this event, a public event, and this guy, he's staring at me. It's crazy. And his wife or girlfriend's looking at him like, "What is wrong with you?" And he's staring at me like crazy weird. And he goes, "Your aura is so big.
Wow.
I just want to be near you." And it wasn't. I don't think he was trying to be like romantically inclined or anything, but she gave him the stink eye. I call it the hairy eyeball, and I just
Yeah.
kept it moving because I was there with like a couple of friends, and it was very wild, and that's another thing that is possible. I have met people that were soul kin, and we had a resonance, and we recognized each other. And even one of them saw a photo of me and knew that I was in another time their mother.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the other person that was their father. And then when we met, all three of us, the power was palpable, and it was just a very amazing thing that we all had like big
Wow.
energy or big auras. But yeah, we were totally like cool with each other in person. It was wild.
That's incredible. And the fact that he just came up to you like that and he wasn't hitting on you, like,
No, no,
um,
no, it was
no,
so
that's pretty
good.
cool. That's cool. I think Anthony's, she said Anthony's was like a burgundy, like a dark red, like a brick red, like
Yeah.
the burgundy
Yeah.
Oh,
red.
that's very down to earth. I like that. That's
Yeah.
grounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he loves that. And take a wild guess what mine was.
Turquoise.
Hello. I could have guessed. Yellow. Yellow.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
one.
nice. Solar
That's my
plexus
favorite.
too. Power
That's my
center.
favorite
Yeah.
color.
And it's very
Yeah,
cheery and bright.
that's
Yeah, like
me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, no kidding. No, I
Yeah.
love yellow.
But I do
Um,
want to touch base on something you said, Anthony. That's so true. There's people that put a bad name on this kind of industry, and especially with like being a seer or whatever you want to call it, wise man, wise woman.
right.
Um, so I get upset that not everybody comes correct. So they are just there's scam. There is scam artists. There is people who are just in their lower three chakras, which a lot of people are. They're like the greed, the lust, envy, all that. So it's unfortunate because for me it was a calling. I was led to it, and I just
Right.
want to help people. I used to really undercharge, and I always overgive, but I knew that was also coming from a trauma place. And as I healed, my intuition got clearer and sharper because all those traumas were not in the way. And then I started valuing myself and my services more and not taking things personal anymore. If people resonate, they're going to find me. I don't chase breadcrumbs for anyone or anything anymore. But some of those people, like they'll say, "Oh, you have a curse on you, and you have to pay $1,000." Blah blah.
Are you kidding? Oh
Yeah,
my
there's
God.
people like that. Yeah.
I
That's
saved a young girl
terrible.
years ago. She came. She was my friend's roommate. And she came home crying. This woman said blah 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 blah. And this is like 15, 20 years ago. And I looked at her and I said, "No, no, no,
Crazy.
no, no,
Never.
no. Do not go back to that lady ever again. And she's scamming you, and you're okay. And blah blah
Instant
blah.
scam.
Yeah, it's pretty
That
I know
makes me
wild."
people
really
get scammed for
angry. It makes
thousands of
me sad.
dollars. I
Come
heard
on.
people getting scammed for thousands of dollars because they said somebody, "Oh, you have a curse on you." Oh, I got to get that off you, and they keep on giving money, and thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's crazy.
Put them in the
It's
state.
bad karma. Bad
Yeah.
karma. Bad
That's
business.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll come back to that and bite them.
Oh,
Definitely.
karma never misses. It's good, bad, or ugly, but it takes a while sometimes.
I 100% agree with that. We were looking when we lost you at a couple other homes.
Oh yeah.
If
Okay.
we could re-show them
Okay.
really quickly while you're
I'm
on
going to
it.
show the one that's a distance up.
Oh yes. That was a huge, huge house. Yes. Also New Jersey.
So
And
what happened?
so that one was the husband had the wife died and the husband remarried, and the deceased, the first wife, the deceased wife was still very much dwelling there, and she
Oh.
was not happy. She felt forgotten, and she felt
Oh,
replaced, and she had two sons. One was living in the home, and he was pretty sensitive. I didn't meet him, but I felt his energy in his bedroom. So the family started having arguments. Like, it was just, the energy was very off. So I was called in to come in and cleanse, and then help the discord to kind of settle. So I did connect and communicate with the first wife, and I assured her that that love never dies. You're not forgotten, okay? You weren't replaced. Your husband just married again, but
right.
everyone still honors and loves you. That one was a little bit longer because she was still doubtful, and I helped her to see that your kids love you no matter what. So yeah, then she allowed the home to kind of, she moved on. She did move on. I said, your love doesn't matter where you are, just because that you're in this home. She was very attached to where she raised her family, rightly so, and understandably so. But it was not okay for the blended family that had been created after her death.
No. Yeah.
That's
I
something.
mean,
Yeah.
it's almost like a joke, right? Because like I say to my husband, I'm like, I'm gonna haunt you. You better not get remarried. No, I'm joking though. Of course, it's fine.
Don't get remarried, hey.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. But seriously, you can see how you might. So, what would you suggest? I mean, in a case like that, like, would you say, is it something more earth bound, like something like a picture of her that needs to be displayed, or is it all spiritual work with her?
Well, I did actually suggest, ironic that you're saying that. So you're tuning in, that I did say, please keep, not a wedding photo, obviously, of women,
No.
but a picture of her that is a place of honor. They call that in England pride of place. So
Right.
yeah, so I did suggest that. I said, and then I did the whole cleansing, everything, but that was what it was. She just wanted assurance that she was not discarded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
exactly. And
wanted to know that they're still
really,
there.
when you think about it, don't
Yeah,
we all want that? We all want to be
right.
remembered.
We
But
yes.
going back to what you said about feeling like attracted, like I always, and Anthony knows this, like he is a big fan of the Shanley Hotel, right? Huge fan of that. But I always feel really attracted to like the colonial homes, like the
Yeah.
1725 houses, the 17,
Okay.
and I'm very attracted to like the hearth, like I can see myself cooking there,
Same.
kind of
Same.
thing.
Yeah.
I can see myself in the dress. I can see myself like in it, and I don't know, maybe, like why do I like that over something else? Like, whereas the Civil War, I have no interest, kind of thing.
Right. But that's just a
Mhm.
natural resonance to pulling you there, because you have memories. Like, you don't even, you might not be aware they're on some soul level. That's
Okay.
why I call them soul memories. Like, absolutely love the show Outlander, and it's time travel, and it goes from the 40s, which I also love, and then it goes back to the 1700s in
Right.
Scotland, which I
Right.
feel so familiar. Just like
I've
you're
read every
saying.
book. I read them all.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's so amazing, every bit of it.
The
Yeah.
books
But
were
yeah, so
amazing. My mother got me hooked on the books a long time ago, before the TV ever came out. Like, my mother got me hooked on it, and I remember her saying to me, "I know this is going to sound weird, because it's like anything. It's like describing Harry Potter. Okay, there's a 10-year-old kid.
yeah, yeah.
Like, it never sounds as good as it's done, kind
And
of
the
thing.
books
But
are amazing on
yeah,
Harry Potter
but
too. Oh yeah.
but we all are fascinated with time travel, aren't we? Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, at least, especially people who, have had multiple lives. I mean, I have soul memories. I met somebody, a woman. I haven't seen her in a while, but I would run into her. She's from a different state, but we had such a recognition from Atlantis. you know, and there was no doubt, you know, that we just were like reunited in this life,
Right.
you know. And then
Right.
there was another person, and that was Lemuria, and that was cool. I was like, you know what? Some of these ancient civilizations, they really had higher technology.
Yes, they did.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
It's funny that you said the 40s,
I
because
do.
I always had an attraction in the 40s also. The music,
Really?
the drums, I play drum. I'm a drummer.
Nice.
And my favorite drummer was Buddy Rich.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
40, you know. And I grew up listening with my father, the Tommy Dorsey band, and
Oh, yeah.
all these different, you know, Dorsey
good.
brothers and everything.
So
And
good.
I mean, I always had tracks in the 40s also. And it's weird how there's so many things in the past I have attraction to, and ancient Rome and everything like that too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Egypt
weird.
is one of mine too.
Egypt.
Oh, yeah. That goes way back.
Nah.
Mesopotamia.
Yeah. Egypt. What? Egypt, New York.
No. Stop.
New York.
New York.
That's funny.
That's
No,
awesome.
I was a Viking. No, I'm kidding. I was.
You probably were. I
Yeah,
could
probably.
see you as a Viking with
Yeah,
that
I'm sure you
horn.
could.
hat.
I love anything with Vikings too. Yeah.
Do
Mhm.
you? No.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Even when I was little, I loved Excalibur, and I shouldn't have been watching it because it was like rated R, and I'm like
I
13.
I loved like the whole Arthurian legend so much. Yeah.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's funny. Like, why are certain? I mean, there's such a thing as preference, but I think it goes deeper than that. And I'm a really like, you know, scientific person, but I totally believe that it does go deeper than that. That
See what I'm
there's something.
saying. I'm into my
He's
sword.
brandishing one of his swords for us.
Jeez, you're like a samurai.
I love
Now this-
samurai stuff too. Even as a little girl, same
Jeez.
thing with samurai stuff. Yep.
That's pretty cool. That's
It
pretty
is.
cool.
I like my swords. I like all that stuff. That's why I think you know, those eras with like the Vikings. I like the Viking stuff. I like all the, you know, matter of fact, the Viking stuff. I'd like to even their religion. I started listening to, you know, looking to some of that. You know, the Viking
yeah.
religion. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those
Yeah.
are like the Druidic, the Celtic, just pagan in general, you know, and that goes back to like, you know, the witchy stuff, but not all witches are, you know, not all, you know, you don't have to be any particular path to be a
Right.
witch. And you don't, you know, some people are,
Right.
they might be druids, but they're not witches. So it's really a personal journey.
Yeah.
It was,
Right,
it was
exactly.
like the wand chooses the wizard. So if you're called to that path, you know, I'm
Right.
very nature based, and pagan means country dweller. So I've been holistic for my entire life, and I don't even take aspirin. I'm always
Right.
going to nature for whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. You're like Claire on Outlander. You're like a healer.
Oh, I know. I love. She's a very strong character, and Jamie's
Yes,
is
she is.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Even
Yes,
in the
for
book,
sure.
he's described as like a man among men, like, you know, a king of men, because he was like
Mhm.
so strong, but yet so sensitive and loyal and a protector, and just a good strong male that's not toxic, you know, that's
Right.
really well balanced. Yeah.
Right. Which is rare. And
It's a
especially in
beautiful thing.
literature. Why do you
Yes.
think we're at like we're many people are really attracted to the concept of time travel? Do you think it's because it's real?
I always dwell in possibilities. I even tell my students anything's possible. And I do think it's possible. I also believe in time slips. So where you had a crossing over for a few moments, or even for longer than a few moments, where suddenly you're in this colonial place, and then all of a sudden it's not there, but it was
I
there.
totally believe you. It's happened to me. Yep.
Right? So, and then all of a sudden, what if you're with like three other people, and you can't be all having the same delusion at the same time?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and Anthony knows my story about when it happened to me. And it was only like 30 seconds, 10, 20 seconds, but completely wasn't looking like what was in front of me.
Right.
Like, you
Right.
know, I was looking, but it was like I walked into a different movie. You know what I mean? Kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes,
you know, and then
exactly. Because we're
suddenly,
all creating our own reality in our own movie. We could be standing next to somebody having a totally different vibration, different experience,
yeah,
and it crossed over. Yeah, I love that.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like I lost my eyesight and someone else's eyes took over. That's what it felt
Right.
like.
Well, when the third eye opens, it's like watching a movie, right? And it's very clear, And then all of a
Oh,
sudden, we're seeing things. We're going places where there's colors, and it's really cool. I mean, it doesn't always last that long. It might only be for like 30 seconds or 60
yep.
seconds, but there's no doubt that we're seeing other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I
Agree.
have seen, I have connected with. I believe they probably were Lemurians, but I connected with a whole squadron of them, and we bowed to each other, and then we hugged. But they showed me, this is going back maybe 2019, 2018. I was in a very,
Wow.
very deep meditative state, and they showed me that there's.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're frozen again. Oh shoot, I was like glued to this.
Yeah.
No. This is so fascinating.
Yeah. And
Everybody in the chat too is like, this is so awesome. What an awesome show. You're
yeah,
frozen if you can hear us, Tony.
froze up on
Yeah.
us.
I mean, absolutely fascinating, this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and have you ever met somebody that you felt like you knew them before?
I meet people like that all the time.
Do
It's
you?
weird. Yeah.
Not me though. Not me
And
though.
I'll go and it's like you talk to them and it's like you know them forever and you just met
Yeah.
them. You know,
Yep.
and
No, I agree.
a couple people like that. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
No,
Yeah.
I've met people like
It's just
that. And
time
you know,
travel, and they do have. I don't know if they do have pictures of people taken like in the 40s. And
yes.
like
Yes.
that one guy that it's a group of people, I think from the 40s or something like that, and they're all dressed with the era. And he has like
Yeah.
a t-shirt and sunglasses weren't even
Yeah.
invented by then,
I've seen that. I've seen that. I mean, whatever. It could be a hoax, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool to think about, right? There's so many good films about it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's weird because a lot of these films that were taken back in the 50s and 60s and stuff are happening now.
All right, so
with the cars and stuff like that. And a lot of these,
yeah,
you look
or
at cell
prediction.
phones in the 60s. Well, what with Star Trek, the guy
Yeah.
flipped over to beam me up, Scotty.
Right.
That was like a cell phone. I mean, communication. How about just us on the screen looking at each other right now?
I know it's
You never
crazy,
thought
right?
about that, what, 20 years ago?
I have a question for you. If you're time traveling, right?
Mhm.
I don't think you go back. I think you go simultaneous. But if you're time traveling, if you change something, does it change the future?
Well, I mean, I would
Like,
think
is it like
it
the butterfly
would.
effect? Is that what they call it?
I
Like,
think it would. Why wouldn't it? You know what I mean?
Or is there destiny? Like, I guess I'm saying, like, would
So
it
say
matter?
like I go back in time
Yep.
and I have a child with somebody.
Right.
If I didn't go back in time, that child would never have been born.
Yeah.
Now I go back to my time in the future. That
Mhm.
child grows up. Now it starts its own tree and it spreads out, maybe more
Right.
children and
Right.
it becomes grandparents, stuff like that. So I would say, yes, it did change the timeline somewhere along the line, wouldn't it?
That makes
Or
sense.
somebody dies, somebody dies, and that in the past, that's not supposed to die in the past, supposed to die in the future. All the future family members, or children, whatever, are not there because you just ended that timeline, that tree.
Right. Right.
So I think it would change things.
Yeah, I agree. And then that's what Tony was saying about, stopping to tie your shoe before you go, get in your car can change, like you missed an accident by this much. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yes, yeah. And I feel that's true too, because many times, like not many times, but I know one time I was late for work. I got up, I was like, and then I fell asleep, and like, oh no, I gotta go. And it was like,
We've all done it.
and I jump in my car and go, and there's traffic. I'm like, there was like a pile up of cars up ahead of me. And if I would have left at the time I did, I could have been right in the middle of that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So,
every second, right?
hmm
Every little thing we do
yeah.
affects, the next second.
I
So
feel like the
I agree with
butterfly
that.
effect can do that. And
Yeah.
I do feel that there's time slips in time, and I do feel that I feel everybody could go to that eventually sometime. You know,
Right.
you know,
I
if you're in a
we have
certain
a mutual.
location.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
No, if you're in a certain location, I feel you could slip through time. Maybe
Oh,
not everywhere, but
okay, okay. Like not like a portal, but a certain location.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay, so that's interesting. Like we have a certain mutual friend who feels like it's almost like you're spinning, and at one point you pass each other, right? Like
it's
you know
possible.
what I'm saying? Like it just
That
happens to be
maybe
like
that's
you're spinning, and then
maybe that's the
suddenly,
answer to the Mandela effect, also.
right? Exactly.
You know, the like that movie. What movie was it with the Sinbad? He was in a movie with a genie, and I would say no, that movie never existed, but people have copies of it. I mean,
Oh, I
it's
see.
weird.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and
yes,
the guy
yes,
from the Monopoly board and the little monocle on his eye, now they don't
yes,
have it.
yes.
I
I
mean,
think
maybe there
that
was
you
some
did
sort
it
of
on your
maybe
last
something
podcast.
went through, and that's where the Mandela effect comes in. In one dimension it has it, and the next dimension it don't. And
Right,
then it came through,
right,
and people
exactly.
there's
Well,
people that remember it, and there's people that's like, no, it never existed. You know?
right, exactly, exactly. But I mean, this is a whole other topic, but I would like to ask her about these energy cords that she was talking
Yeah.
about. You know how I don't think that, like, okay, this is my cup and it holds energy. Like,
Mhm.
that. I don't think I
Yeah.
can put my energy into it, but I love how she says cords because I do believe, like Kim says, that it could be surrounded by it. I just don't think it's
Yeah.
inside.
I
Like,
I know I never believe like these dolls they say it possess. I don't believe
right,
there's anything inside the
right,
doll.
right,
It's what's around the doll. It's
right.
the what's connected to the doll,
I love
And
the idea of cords. I've never heard. I wrote it down because she had said that everything has energy
I heard
cords.
that in the past. Everything has like
I
cords and
haven't,
everything. I have heard that in the past.
but
You
then
know.
again, I live under a rock, as everyone knows. So my husband's always like, "You don't know about that? You never heard of that?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. And I heard
So
about that with the cords and everything. Everything's connected somewhere along the line also.
that's that's cool though, because
Life
if it
cord.
is a cord, it can be disconnected, right? That's good.
Mhm.
That's a good thing. But I mean, what
Yeah.
a cool job going into like houses and helping clear them so they can be sold. I mean, who knew that existed till we met her? She's a fascinating lady.
Well, yeah, I knew that existed, but I didn't know anybody that did it. I heard
Yeah.
of it, you know. And
No.
and I heard they do hire real estate people do have some of these people on speed dial.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
But
yeah,
I was thinking more
that's
people
great.
like us, but that's cool. And she's like the lady in Poltergeist. This house is clean.
Yeah, this house is clean.
This house is clean.
Kellen, go to the light. Go to the light, Kellen. Yeah,
Oh my
10
gosh.
G's. Yeah, my
Yeah.
mother was short. My mother had red hair, and we used to tease my mother. We used to call her Tangerina's sister. We used to tease my mother about that, but she was funny. You know.
Yeah. Well,
But hey,
that is funny. That is funny.
so yeah, I mean, I
Very cool.
I don't think she's coming back tonight. I think she had too
I
much
don't know. I don't know.
issues.
Sorry, guys.
I'm
She's
hoping
having
she's
technical issues, and
trying.
she's a fascinating lady. Um,
Yeah,
but we can put information about her out there, right? That she's given us. Do you have any other pictures to show or anything?
I showed all the pictures of what she
Okay.
actually gave me, and I added some pictures onto it.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, that night at PH at the steakhouse was interesting. You know, with their dance, and they did their dance and everything, and then
Yeah.
you know, with the dance, and then our investigation came out, and we got a lot of stuff on our investigation. You know, that was interesting.
I'm trying to look at and see if I have any other questions I can ask you. I wrote
Yeah,
down so much stuff from her. She's just fascinating.
yeah, yeah. Too
I
bad
mean, she
she popped off again.
what's clear I've heard of clairaudient, clairvoyant, sentient, all that. What's claircognizant?
I'm not sure.
I mean, it's obviously something to do with knowledge, right? Like you're cognizant of something.
Maybe,
But
yeah, maybe you know something.
you know things.
You know things.
That's interesting.
How many times?
Never heard that.
It's weird because I know I had things in the past like that. I was on a job, somebody got hurt, and they were bleeding and everything, and I knew what to do right away. And I
Really?
was never trained in any of that. You know, of course, I later on, I got first aid training, and I got CPR
Right.
training, and
Right.
um, you
But
know,
still,
and the
it's not
paddle
it's not
training,
for
all that.
everyone.
You know, but I mean, since I was a kid, like something happened, I knew how to go and jump on it. You know, I had one guy that his head was split open, and
Yeah.
it was his top of his head was flipped over, and I had to put his scalp back on his head. It was a disgusting thing, but I knew what to do. And when the paramedics come, they asked me if I knew how to kind of medical training. And that,
And you're
no, I
like,
never had anything like that. I knew
not in
what to
this
do.
life, maybe in the past life. Maybe
Yeah,
you're a doctor.
I
But
always jumped
that
into
is
something.
interesting.
You know, car accident, I knew what to do, how to get the person, how to drag the person out without hurting the person and
Wow.
everything. And
A lot of
burning car.
people
I pulled somebody out of a burning car one time too.
you
You
did.
know,
Oh my
yeah.
God, you're like my husband. He jumped into a freezing river once and saved somebody who was drowning.
Mm.
What a bunch of heroes you are.
Oh,
Um,
I don't know about that.
oh, I just reminded me of something with that I was going to say. Oh, a lot of people feel like they were a soldier. They're very attracted to like military things, right? Like they used to be a
Mhm.
soldier.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I'm always with the Templars, and
Right.
I was always into that, and like the Vikings. Also, I was always into all the, even their religion and stuff like that. I always looked into that. I always thought that was pretty cool with the
Yeah.
you know.
I
So
I
into
read
what they
runes,
believe,
like
you
and
know.
it's like some people do tarot. I do runes, and I love runes. So that's interesting. Like,
Yeah,
why do I like that?
yeah, exactly. Why do we like certain things that we have attraction to certain things that I mean I like collecting and like I said, all wolves. I like wolf stuff. I like
Yeah, right.
what brought me
Like
to that? What brought me to any of the American Native stuff? And
you got a spirit animal. I want to know people's spirit animal. Remember what Kim said? Mine was a bird.
you cuckoo bird.
Yeah, a
Oh,
cuckoo bird.
cuckoo bird.
Very funny. She said,
Oh,
Jenny's like a bird. I'm like, okay,
he's like a bird. Um, yeah. So,
interesting. So what's coming up next for you?
well, Gettysburg. We got the bash coming up.
Stop. Don't go so fast. It's only June.
Well, I mean, what else do we? I don't know of anything else
I
coming up.
have
You got
um
stuff, not me.
yeah. I got a Masonic Lodge with Full Moon Paranormal on June 20th.
Hmm.
I believe Karen and Gail are going to be there from Nine Lives Paranormal as well. Um, and Barefoot Paranormal as well. What else do we got going on? We have that. I have for my birthday for a World Cup game in Kansas City, and I'm meeting with Melissa Blackman.
Nice.
We're getting together. So everybody, Melissa and I are getting together. We will take a picture. And then, yeah, we got July 4th and Gettysburg. You're right. I try to keep July kind of light.
Yeah, well, Gettysburg takes a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Like 4 days, stuff like that.
Yeah. So, and then the
Go back to the
hollow.
studio. Look, she's back.
I, the universe has jokes. The universe has jokes. That's what it is.
Oh, we only got like 5 minutes left of the show.
That's okay.
I know, but it's all good. It's all good. It's been a great show. I mean, do you want me to tell that last story?
Yeah, tell the last story.
Yes, you got 5 minutes. Go.
That other house that you had the picture of. Yes, that one. So that one was an older couple. The wife passed away. They were together for so many decades. I think it was like 60 years. And he kind of didn't really know how to function without her. So she was still dwelling there spiritually. And I felt her energy signature very strong on her dressing table, like an old-fashioned dressing table. And I sat at the bench of the dressing table, and his closet was right behind me, and we had a lovely chat, she and I. She was very worried about him because he wanted to sell the house, and she didn't know if he would be okay because they took care of each other in different ways. They were very, very old school, they had so much love between them. And I assured her that he would be okay because they had a second home in Martha's Vineyard. So that's where he moved. He sold the home in New Jersey and he moved to Martha's Vineyard. And they were so connected that he passed away 18 months later after he moved.
Oh, wow.
So all three of those like realtor listing ones were very like different, but yet all the same in terms of there was energetic cords that were still attached even after death that I helped to disconnect.
We were just talking about, when we lost you for a second, we were talking about this concept of cords, which is really fascinating to me because I have a hard time wrapping my head around when people say, oh, her energy is in that teddy bear. Like I said, I like have a background in science, and no, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, but Kim explained to me that it's not inside of it, like inside the molecules. It's that it's surrounding it, and that's the same concept of a cord, right? Like it's connecting it. That I can relate to. That I can
because everything is energy. So there's some kind of vibration, some kind of electrical charge somewhere, and it always, they say we're breathing the same air as somebody who lived, 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. It's all the molecules are floating around. So yeah, the energetic cords are fascinating. You're right, and I know that you are more of a scientific brain, and I love that because I love to have all these different conversations. It's just fascinating. But they also say, like, which I believe, that we don't bring our whole soul when we incarnate. So we have like that part of our soul that comes with us, and then the other part that stays in the other realms. Plus we could be having a parallel timeline, so maybe a piece is over there somewhere. It's all possible.
I agree. It is. And I rely, like, not being a sensitive myself, I rely a lot on people like you and Anthony. I really do. Like, I think we're great partners, in this. Like, you had the investigation with us. You could see how you could be involved in that, right?
Oh, like, yeah. So, you guys are great, you guys are great.
You're great. Everybody's enjoying the show so much. I mean, we're really getting
so glad.
That I hate to break it up, but we ran out of time.
It's okay. You break it up. Every week he does this to me.
Okay. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
We're going to end the show now. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay.
If you don't get knocked off.
I know. Yeah. Do you want to tell people like how they can find me or anything?
Yeah. Tell them.
I love her. She asked the question before we even got
Thank you. Thank you.
You're like a pro. All right. So how do they find you?
So I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I
Okay.
was told recently by 3 different people I should be on TikTok, so that's coming. But
Okay.
it's just Tony Rose Vitelli, Toni, and then a space ROSE, and then a space VITELLE.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm,
And they could always
jotting down
message
that.
me. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
feel bad. I feel bad that my phone I used up all my space. It's having trouble like existing.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Well, everything worked out. You came back, and everybody's
Yeah.
thanking you for an awesome
We
show.
got
And
your
I
name
appreciate
up
Thank you
on
all.
the screen. I-
really, everybody, great show. That everybody loved you. Really,
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody, good time in the show.
super
So
popular
I
guest
really do
tonight.
got to end the show because we got somebody coming on after us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hang
So,
tight, and we'll talk
yeah,
to you.
don't
And,
go nowhere.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Stay blessed.
Um,
Have a good
I want
night.
to thank you. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. We had a great time. We had a great guest when she was here, back and forth, popping in and out. And we enjoyed ourselves tonight. And I just want to
did.
let everybody know, if you're going to go on an investigation, you're going to go out there, make sure you be safe because you want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Good night. Ciao, familia.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
See you next
Good
week.
night.
See you next week.
Bye bye.
Hey, how you doing?